For my term project, I built an AM radio with an integrated circuit audio system. So what exactly is AM radio? As defined by the Federal Communications Commission, AM is short for amplitude modulation, which refers to the means of encoding the audio signal on the carrier frequency. In many countries, AM radio stations are known as medium wave stations. They are also sometimes referred to as standard broadcast stations because AM was the first form used to transmit broadcast radio signals to the public. Many AM stations are either daytime-only stations or stations authorized to operate at very low power levels at night as a result of skywave propagation, which occurs when the AM signal is reflected off the ionosphere and back to the Earth. The kit that I purchased to build this AM radio is the Elenco Model AM/FM 108CK Super Het radio kit. Now, assembling the AM radio required a bit more soldering than the soldering activity we performed in class. Though my soldering skills were much improved by the soldering activity, this project showed me that I still have lots of room for improvement. I definitely think I used too much solder because the solder that was provided for building both an AM and FM radio was not going to be enough to do both radios. I think there were also instances that I was worried that I had created solder bridges, which would then create short circuits, and then, this whole effort would be for naught because the radio wouldn't work. Another thing that I noticed that was different was that a number of the components had to be installed on the foil side of the PC board. So after I had put everything together, I turned on the radio to test it, or I tried to turn it on to test it, and I got nothing. And then I realized that I hadn't installed a power supply. So I put in my 9-volt battery, which sort of fits in the battery holder that was provided by the kit, but I was able to make a good connection and turn on the radio. And then when I turned it on, all I got was static. Kept turning the tuner, it was all static, and I realized that I had the switch turned on to FM instead of AM. So I made that switch, and finally, after getting all those things straightened out, I was able to tune to a station using the tuner and making adjustments to the antenna on the ferrite core. So now I'm going to show you a little demonstration of my radio.
The Sean Hannity Show will take you home this afternoon at 3, right here on 1260 WRC. All right, it's Morning in America. Thank William for staying with us. Questions and responses as brief as possible, just a shortage of time here. Let's, Chris, you wanted to clarify your question first, so we'll let you do that.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow with William. William, I completely believe your story, but would you say you might be in a special circumstance, though, in that you're not...
And that concludes my presentation.